explain it like I'm five. This is a topic that you go over in depth in your course and something that I hadn't really explored until I started working with you. How do I calculate my net worth and why is it important?
I love this question because it's so core. It's like core. It's like the little center, the little nucleus of everything in the personal finance world. And it's so not talked about, so often ignored. And I'll give you an example. Sometimes in a post, I'll mention that the median US net worth is $192,000. And without fail, I get comments like, no way the average person's making $192,000 a year.
Right.
And I'm like, whoa there. I didn't say earning, I said net worth. And it's just like this core misunderstanding because we only talk about earning, how much you're making per year. And that's not what it is. And so I'll give you an example. Let's say there's two people who are both 100% broke. They have no checking account, no savings account. They have $0 to the name. Person A, let's call her Annie, makes $500,000 a year. And Annie spends $500,000 a year.
And he's
Her
broke.
incomes, yeah, exactly. There's a word for that. It's called broke. At the end of the year, Annie has $0. Her net worth is zero.
Man,
And let's say
Annie.
there's someone whose name starts with a B, Bob. Bob makes $70,000 a year and he spends $60,000 a year. At the end of the year, he has $10,000. So his net worth is $10,000. And so while earning is basically how fast you're going, it's how fast you're making money. Net worth is how far you've gone, how far, like how much money you actually have. And, you know,
Right.
Annie went forward 500,000 and she went back 500,000. So she's at zero. And Bob went forward 70 and back 60. So he's at 10. So that's the difference. Net worth is how much you actually have. And earning is like how fast you're making money. But you also have to take into account spending. So here's how you calculate your net worth. You open up a spreadsheet, Excel or Google Sheets, or God forbid numbers if you're a Mac person and you use
God.
numbers. That's
Never.
terrifying. Yeah, okay. God forbid use numbers. If you use numbers, you go talk to Bathroom Guy and you two can have a little club of just like social outcasts where you're trying to wash hands at the same time and use like
This poor
these
guy.
absurd spreadsheet programs. No, I assume he's not one of the 1,000 people who listens to this podcast each week. That's based statistically. Anyway, so on the spreadsheet at the top, you list everything you own, all of your assets. These are things like your checking account, how much money's in there. So you put checking account, $2,000. You say 401k, $100,000. You say my home. I own a home. The current value as is estimated by your realtor, by the Zillow estimate, or by Redfin, let's say it's $500,000. You add those things up. 2,000 plus 100,000 plus 500,000 equals $602,000. So all of your assets combined are worth $602,000. But wait, we're not done yet because you need to subtract all of your debts. Let's say you have a $10,000 credit card debt. And let's say your home is maybe worth $500,000, but you have a mortgage on it and you still owe $400,000. So you put those debts, negative $10,000 credit card debt, negative $400,000 mortgage. And then you add up all the numbers. So all those, everything you own at the top minus everything you owe at the bottom, that's your net worth. That's what net means. It's all the pluses minus all the minuses. And so if you add up all those numbers I just said, you get to 192,000, which is actually a specific example I came up with because it's the median U.S. net worth, 192,000. And so you can see those numbers, as I said, weren't crazy. You have $100,000 in equity in your home. You have $100,000 401k. You've got $2,000 in your checking account. Those add up are where you get to your 192. So maybe you're making 75 grand a year. You could imagine over a few years, you get into the situation of having a net worth of 192.
Yeah.
So yes, why is it important? People get obsessed with their credit score. And I hate that because we live in this world where we all try to get grades as kids and we think our teachers will be disappointed with us if we don't have a good score. And so we try to get a better credit score. But your credit score doesn't really have any effect on how financially independent you are. If you want to become financially independent and you want to be rich, you need a higher net worth. And so we should be giving like a little teeny, like a fraction of a percent of effort into our credit score and like a 99.9% of effort into our net worth. We want to pay down debt. We want to save more, invest more assets, less debt. That's how you increase your net worth. And that's what we should be focusing on. If you want to be rich, if you want to be wealthy, if you want to be financially independent, that is what matters.
Wow. You kind of did explain that like I was 5.
Okay. Do you know your net worth, Jen?
We're not going to talk about it here, but I do know my net worth.
Okay.
Them student loans kicking my ass.
Oh, Jen is more like a normal person who doesn't post her bank account information on social media like I do.
Yeah. Not until I become a millionaire. Then I'll start posting it all the time like you.
Yeah. My net worth was negative at some point. I had $2,000 in my bank account and like $12,000 in credit card debt. So I had like a negative $10,000 net worth at one point. And then over the years, I paid off my credit card debt and I got to a net worth of 0.
Yeah.
I had $2,000 in cash and $2,000 in debt, net worth of 0. And then when I paid off that debt completely, I had a net worth of positive $2,000. And then it grew. I started investing and saving, and my net worth grew to like $100,000. And I sold my company. My net worth became $2.1 million. And then I've been investing for the last 10 years. And now my net worth is more like $6 million. And so that's where you want to be. And it has what's my credit score on? I don't know. It's been fine the whole time.
Yeah, well, I want to be like you when I grow up, so that's the only reason I'm here.
You got 5 years left because I think I'm 5 years older than you.
Yeah, that sounds about right. Okay, I love it. You explained it like we were 5. You did a great job.